God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, for you are our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Master, we have worked all night and have caught nothing. All night, nothing. Their workday is over. They're cleaning their nets. The boat is clean when Jesus comes to Peter and asks him to go back and do some more work. And Peter says, Master, we have caught nothing. Imagine the fatigue, the frustration of working all night long and having caught nothing. Jesus is not a fisherman. So why in the world would Jesus ask the fishermen who have just finished cleaning their nets and their boats, and by the way, have not caught anything, to go back out and do it again? Master, we have worked all night long and have caught nothing. If it was me, I would have said, Jesus, have you looked at the boats? Have you looked at the nets? There is nothing there. We have worked and worked and worked and have seen no results. We have worked and worked and worked and done everything we could possibly think of and nothing. We know that feeling, don't we? And then the last thing we want to do is to try harder or go deeper. Jesus, how much more can you ask me to do? Did you not hear me? I have worked, and there is nothing. These are days when many of us are just so tired, so fatigued from doing the work that we've been called to do. These are days when some of us who love teaching and believe in the power of the student's ability to learn are just so worn out. They've pivoted again and again and again, and they've worked so hard and they get such little support. These are days when there's many in our congregation who are working in healthcare, and they go in the hospital and they go in the nursing home, and they're doing the work of 2 and 3 people because places are just so short-staffed and they see no change in sight. They keep working harder and harder and harder, and they see nothing changing. These are days when so many in our community have been working so hard to make sure that this is a community where all are welcome and have a place to stay and have enough to eat. These are days when some of us are just so tired by the awful ways we continue to treat people. So mean, so ugly. And it seems as if all our efforts to even bring just a little civility into the world nets no results. I hear exhaustion in Peter. And I hear exhaustion in us. Yet, Peter says, yet, if you say so, Jesus, I will put down the nets. If you say so. There's the call. There's the call. Are we listening to that call, to that direction? Do we hear what may happen when we're able to overcome our resistance and our fatigue and our skepticism and turn in faith and respond? Okay, Jesus, if you say so, I will go out one more time. I will put down my nets. I will try. Because the alternative is to quit. The alternative is to just stop and to throw up our hands and say, that's it. Hide under our boats, pull the nets over top of us, and just say, I'm done. I'm finished. I can't do any more. Yet the alternative is nothing. If we do not put down our nets, if we do not try again, if we don't try to fish from a different spot, if we don't go deeper, if we don't trust in Jesus' call to us, we may miss the nothing being transformed into abundance. They caught so many fish after they tried again that their nets were breaking. They caught so many fish that the boats were sinking under the weight of the fish. They caught so many fish, they had to get help because there was so much, and all were amazed at the catch of fish. They went from nothing to incredible abundance. And then the disciples walk away. They leave it all behind. That's a lot of fish. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of wealth. They leave it all in the boat. They leave it behind because there was more than just the fish. And Jesus offered that to them. So what do we need to leave behind in order to receive a miraculous catch in our lives, to receive abundance? Simon Peter may have wondered why Jesus chose him out of all the fishermen that day. Why me, Jesus? And yet Jesus called to him. And when Peter protested, Jesus is like, you are worthy. You are worthy. Can you hear Jesus speaking to you today? You are worthy. I am worthy. Jesus is speaking hope and encouragement and challenge to our exhaustion, our fatigue, and our skepticism that we're not worthy and that what we're doing is not being heard or welcomed or not working. Can you hear Jesus calling, believing in you, asking you not to give up, to go a little deeper and throw out the net one more time and see what happens? Friday night, if you follow on Facebook, Mark Klein and Joe Atkins and I visited Uplands Retirement Village in Tennessee. And it's filled with residents who served as executives, church leaders, and missionaries in the United Church of Christ. And we were having a conversation with them to plan what we might do with our German youth and our youth group this summer on our trip back from Memphis. And one of the residents said to me, we didn't come here to retire. We came here so we could continue to serve. We didn't come here to retire. We came here to continue to serve. Those people make me tired, I just got to tell you. Ask Joe and Mark. The more they talked, the more tired we got, thinking there's no way we can do everything that they would like to share with these youth this summer. But what hope there was. They have lived some challenging lives and stories that some of us just can't even imagine what they lived through in order to do their ministry. And yet they say, we're here to continue to serve. I was so blessed by that and that encounter. It was so uplifting. How is that, friends, for a word of encouragement and hope after years and years and years of serving God's people? Jesus is not taking away the hard work. Jesus is asking us to believe that nothing can become something because we just never know what may happen when we throw out the net one more time. Thanks be to God. Amen.